I learned about a very interesting way of looking at life years ago. And here's the concept that life is a series of learning projects. You know, we can't have any change without new learning. And we can't have learning without change. It starts at a very, very early age. Before we continue, I'd like to invite you to subscribe so you don't miss any further videos. And if you'd like to have a coaching session together, please go to strongwithshelley.com. Change is happening all our lives. It starts when we're born. Whether we're learning to walk, learning to talk, dealing later with school, work, friendships, perhaps dealing with an illness, grief, an addiction, changing a new behavior. There's a never-ending process of learning. And much of this learning can take different amounts of time. Some of the projects in your life are short, and some of them are lifelong. I first learned about this concept through a remarkable researcher and educator, Dr. Alan Tuff. And in his book called Intentional Changes, he especially emphasizes something I find intriguing, that he says that at any time we're really juggling about 7 or 8 life projects, learning projects. And that's related to our work or our career. It's about relationships. And I'd like to add relationships certainly with yourself. It can be about starting a new activity, something that's enjoyable for yourself. And then also just changing where you live. He found in his study that these were kind of the 4 main areas. So let's take a look now. Let's have you write down, think about, what are some of the, I hope you might find 7 or 8, learning projects that are going on for you now, especially during this pandemic. So you'll take some time to write that down. And then the second question I'd like you to think about is what skills and attitudes and just a way of being are you now learning about? Are there new behaviors you're needing to adapt? And what are those? And then the third one is, before we go on, the third one is, what resources are you accessing to help you in this new learning? And then the fourth one is, what would you like to learn about next? So, as I say, life is a series of learning projects, and really the biggest one is you. So to recap, let's be thinking about what changes are we going through in our life? What learning projects are we embarking on? Let's think of change and learning as really one and the same. Look at where you're at now, given the pandemic. What adjustments are you making? What are you learning? Try to take from this the positives, in that you are moving forward in your life, and it's never the same. It is ongoing. Without learning, there is no change. Without change, there is no learning. So I hope you'll be well. I hope you will find your inner peace, and you remember to stay strong.